If you keep hitting the wrong strings when you strum, this is going to be the easiest accuracy you'll ever do. 2 minutes a day and your playing will instantly sound cleaner. Let's get into it. Most beginners miss strings because their hand is guessing. Today we're going to train your arm to land exactly where the chord lives. No theory, just muscle memory by feel. When your hand floats in the air with no contact point, your strumming path moves around without you noticing. And that's why you overshoot the string sometimes. So by lightly touching the heel of your palm to the bridge, just like this, you're giving your hand a stable home base, and it kind of just feels anchored from there. So you do want to make sure that you're resting the heel of your palm on the pins here, on the bridge. If you go too much on the strings like this, you're going to get that kind of dead sound that we don't want. If you go too far this way, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to be able to have enough movement to get back on the strings. So you just want to place it kind of just on the pins there, and then you'll be able to strum your guitar. It also gives your wrist a consistent reference point, right? You just know where to kind of keep it the whole time. You're not guessing. It's also great too because it encourages you to use your wrist a lot more, right? You have to kind of use your wrist with this type of strumming when you've anchored your heel. You can't use your whole arm. And that's great if you want to progress with your strumming. Now, of course, as you progress and you're getting better with your accuracy, you don't need to kind of keep your heel down all the time, but it's just a great starting point if you are struggling with hitting certain strings and you just want to cement that hand and keep it locked in. By the way, guys, if my teaching style is resonating with you, I've got a play-by-feel starter pack, absolutely free. It's going to make your strumming a whole lot easier, and I'll link it in a pinned comment and in the description box down below. All right, so once you've got that anchor locked in, here's the drill that's going to build the accuracy. So we're going to focus on any two strings that are next to each other. For this example, I'm just going to strum the D and the G string here. And we're going to strum those for about 10 seconds, right? Not the whole chord, not all 6 strings, just those 2 strings. So why is this a great drill? Well, firstly, it shrinks your target, right? So your accuracy has to improve. Your arm learns the distance and angle to hit a smaller space. And when you do go back to full chords, it suddenly feels easy because you realize there's bloody heaps of room now. And it also builds control without overthinking. So we're going to go downstrokes only, super slow, just focusing on hitting that D string and that G string, just like that. If you do accidentally hit a 3rd string like that, that's good, all right? That means your arm is learning its boundaries, okay? That's fine. But once you get comfortable hitting 2 strings, we can go up to 3 strings, all right? So now you can hit the B string. And then once you get comfortable hitting those strings, now we can play a chord. I'm just going to play a D chord here, and I'm just going to focus on strumming from the D string down, right? Hitting that 4th string there. So once you can control those 2 strings, you're ready for the next step, actually aiming before you strum. So most people miss strings because they go straight into the strum without lining anything up. Instead, just pause for half a second and line up the bottom of your pick with the top string of the chord that you're playing. It's a tiny setup move, but it completely changes your accuracy. So every chord we play has a top string that we need to start on, right? So for example, a G starts on the low E, a C starts on the A string here, and a D starts on the D, right? If you start your strum on the wrong string, everything could fall apart underneath, and we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do, when we switch chords, we're just going to have a tiny pause and line up our pick just above the string. Now, of course, you won't have to do this all the time, but this is just going to help build that intentional muscle memory. So if I'm going to go from a G chord to a D, I might do something like this. Play my G, and then when I change, I move my pick over to the D. When it's over, I strum. Back to the G, I make sure my pick is hovered over the string. Now I strum. All right, and then back to the D, same thing. Over, strum. And then after a while, guys, you're not going to need to pause anymore. Your hand's just going to know where to go naturally, right? But it is is a great starting point just to lock that muscle memory in and to build it over time. Anchor the hand, shrink the target, and aim before you strum. And that's it. These tiny feel-based tweaks make your playing cleaner without thinking about theory. Stick with this for a few days and you'll hear the difference right away. Rightio guys, thanks again for watching. I always appreciate you being here. If you haven't yet, like the video, hit subscribe if you do like this content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.